What's up, family? This is your man, not your boy. Go Black to Africa. I just got finished working out, y'all. If you want to call it a workout. I ran sped walk about I'm gonna say it's 2 miles. It took me 32 minutes to do it. And I am out of shape of running. I haven't ran, I ran twice since I've been in Africa in the last 10 months. Everything else, I walked all around. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to each and every one of y'all coming in. And I went on this run, and I shared with many of you all that I rarely listen to music. And so when I go on walks and runs and hikes or what have you, or if I drive in my car, I don't put music on. I don't have the music in. I'm at a point and place in my life, and to each his own. Not to say music is any type of way. Just for me, I find that my mind is on the music instead of my mind is on me. And some of you all who might be new to this channel may have missed many of things that I've shared that I believe that it could benefit each and every one of us. My heart is not to tear down anyone, but yet to turn down a stinking thinking, to tear down old schools of thoughts, or just give you an option just to consider, because, like the old man I shared that the other day, that wanted his son to watch over me, keep his eye on me, is an old school belief that every black person or, a man is a thief, a robber, a liar, a cheat. And these are some of the things that we believe, that, women say there ain't no more good black men, and black men say there ain't no good black women. There's this constant tear down. So with my channel, I try to at least bring out the greatness in each and every one of us, and also to share maybe that the place that you're in, that you find may be a hindrance, it may be holding you back, you might not be able to flourish, that you can also go black to Africa. Not just on the physical sense, but a spiritual sense and a mental sense. And so I'm out here running, and every time something drops in my spirit, I feel like I have to get on here and share with somebody. There's so many things that I have come across in my life that, that's in me, that I believe I've been called to just share, to birth these right thinkings, these spiritual thoughts that can unleash people from out of the traps that are in their mind and their spirit. And so, I'm running, and, and I'm like, man, ooh, this is hard, because of course I haven't developed my body back to running. So I'm just doing bit by bit, because I didn't run the whole entire thing. I chopped it up in segments. Run a little, speed walk a little. Run a little, speed walk a little. And that's what I do in challenging myself. I love when my wife say, how do you eat an elephant? And the answer is one bite at a time, because you can't just eat the whole thing and at one time. And so for me, I have found that, according to the title, it's like, how do you get rid of bloodsuckers? Because bloodsuckers are those, and everybody know what a leech is. A leech finds his way to a prey to be able to leech onto and extract blood in order for it to survive. It's actually a parasite. And, it's amazing that when I just sit back and observe, because I love coming out and just watching. I love, just looking at the trees, and, like I like to look across, and here's the river, It's very, very quiet and quaint and serene. It's all that. There was a day I didn't even think about none of this stuff. But this is my teacher. When I sit back, it is amazing that what can teach you. You know, a tree has taught me so many things. The grass have taught me so many things. Everything that that you see, there, if you're quiet and you don't have the noise going on in your head, something will come out and you'll be like, wow, just looking at this tree, show me something. So leeches, and these bloodsuckers, because we have them in our life and they will hold us back. And these bloodsuckers are ones who lean on you for life. They want to live their life, but they don't want you living your life. You see, leeches or parasites, scavengers, these things, what they do is depend upon another in order for their survival. Yes, it can also be oppressors. It could be, companies that lean on people for their success, but don't care nothing about you. It could be a family member. It could be a friend. It could be anyone, anything, any institution that is sucking the life out of you, that is taking your energy, taking your mindset, taking your strength, taking all that it can out of you. And when it's all said and done, they or it leaves you high and dry. I'm not saying that every man should be selfish. No, we should be all here to help and build one another. We should be here in this world, doing right by each other. But what I find here in damn Erica, put the D in front of an A of America and capitalize the E, damn Erica, my wife, she said last night to me, y'all, she said, I just do not like that. And I said, why not? And she said, it's just so disrespectful. And I said, babe, disrespectful? So do you think by me I should give respect to America for what it has done and is doing to a people like us? I should give the respect. I should be the one who sits here and give the praise, honor, and glory to a country whose system is against us people of color? And she got quiet. She had to rethink that. You want me to sit here and hooray, hurrah, my military stuff, that I got, everybody knows I served the military for 20 years, and I did it, at that time, at the best of my ability. And at that time, there were things that I did not understand. I followed my dad's footsteps into the military. That's what he did. He basically was my example. I followed him in there. Now, I'm not getting on people who are in the military. There are people who are patriotic, who loves America, who will defend America, I would defend America if somebody came over trying to fight and kill and their heart's not in the right way. I would be the first one in line fighting off one who's trying to bring oppression, suppression upon a people. Not the American system, but I would defend the people. But damn Erica, in all it does is take, use and abuse. Talk to the natives who are on their little plantations, their reservations, and are stuck out there with nothing. That's all they gave them. Hey, y'all stay right here. We will pay y'all money. Some of them get paid pretty good too, y'all, with them casinos they got on there. But what I'm saying is that, what about, how we were done? We have been used as guinea pigs in the laboratories. We have been, used, babies taken away from us with the abortion clinics and all these inner city neighborhoods. We've been used and abused by the free labor that we have been given to this country. We've been used and abused by just giving us the minuscule jobs to be servants to those who have the power. We have been used and abused, taken advantage of by our children. The list can go on. We've been used and abused by putting and planting us into the prison systems that these private sectors are making billions off the backs of us by these frivolous laws that they've created to keep a cycle of us continuing to go into the prison systems. And yet I should give respect to a leech who has been sucking out the energy, the endurance, the will, the drive out of so many people. Now, I'm not going to blame in totality it, because I play a part in that. And you all know my story. I have kicked down doors, kicked down many a doors, overcome a lot of obstacles in my path in my life. I have achieved where most say is success. But I will not ever forget that the doggone long journey of trying to achieve that place broke me spiritually, physically, and mentally. You see, I got 4 rods in my back for serving in that military. Oh yes. See, you know, I look good and look healthy and all that there. But see, I have to fight to get out here to try to keep weight off. I have to fight with pain to try to go ahead and do some type of exercise. So people think, oh, well, you know, you did military, that's and that. Oh, no. You see, I got 4 rods in my back. I suffer with migraine headaches from when I had to go through the gas chambers when they send us through the gas chambers for exercises, that I got migraine headaches and a slight respiratory issue that I got from the military. And this was all exercises to see how people will perform in different ways when you subject them to go into a gas chamber to see if the so-called outfits would work and the gas mask would work, and then tell the people, take the gas mask off, and we had to breathe in, and you choke like your lungs is coming through your throat. I should give respect to a country that has what? The system has done nothing. It was us people who defends this country. The system still is against so many of people. I don't care if you poor white person, you think they care about you, you better rethink some things. Some of your ancestors were immigrants coming into this country and had a whole hell lot of way to go too. Let's get back on the subject at hand, because having people who suck on you, take advantage of you for their own benefit, you need to recognize the signs. And I'm going to go ahead and share with you. You know how, you ever see, the nature documentaries, and, you see in the mammals in the water, or the animals and all that there, and you see the big great whale, the orca, or the great blue whale, or what have you. And when you see it, you see all this living fish and living things riding along on it, sucking on it, getting those things food source off of the backs of this great big city that floats and goes through the ocean. And a lot of the living life that are in the sea are depending upon this huge animal as a source of food. Now, there are those that I would call helpful, because they're only going to clean off, those barnacles, those living matters that are on there for their self of food, and they won't penetrate to the flesh to try to eat that living whale for its own selfish gain. So it has also some friends in its corners that looks out for it, because a whale, it can't scratch its back. It can't cleanse off itself. It depends on those living sources, those entities out there to help it keep itself clean. You ever notice the elephants when you see the birds on its back and they're pecking, and they're even on the face of them. And sometimes, they're on the hippo's face, and some of them even go in the nose and they're in there and they don't even flinch. They don't even move. They just allow them to be. And it's because they know this birds and these maybe insects are here helping me keep myself clean. It's amazing when you look at that. We have friends like that. But we also have those who are not friends. We have those out here who are leaning on us, sucking the very life out of us, the blood out of us, our energy, our time. Those that you would call scavengers, those that you would call parasites, who will penetrate beyond just the skin. Now, for us humans, penetrating beyond just a means of a helping hand, but to try to suck all that they can out of you without any return. These type of people, these type of systems, these type of entities are only there for their own selfish gain. You know, when you see the mosquitoes, the leeches, when you see, the parasites, these bugs that, will get on your skin and you be like, it bit me, you go through the water and something just nibbled on you. These type of things are people who always are in your corner, begging, borrowing, stealing. Like I said, they could be your family members who just won't leave you alone, who just will always be there, who just wants you to take them here, wants you to take them there, want to talk to you about their problems all the time, that they don't want to take your advice, but they just want to go ahead and just take your time up, hold you up on the phone, trying to take hours away from you, just using you up, using all you can. But when you come to them, they can't be found. They don't have an answer for you. They don't have a penny to lend you. They don't have time to give you. They don't have nothing at all. Isn't this true how some people's jobs are? Some systems and countries and corporations and institutions? Only thing they want to do is take from you, but not give you. Now, some people say, hold up. If I'm working a job and my job is paying me, are they really taking advantage of me? Well, that's only for your understanding. If you don't believe so, nah. But I'll just use it and keep everything on me, because some people think I might be in their closet, in their corner, trying to go ahead and expose whatever to get them to understand what I'm saying. I have worked, like I said, for the government for 20 years. And I gave 100% majority of my career. I say majority because when I first came in, I was having a ball with just me. But there's a time that came where I gave all. And there was a thing that the military is saying, going above and beyond the call of duty. And you're going to find very few people who are willing to do that. Most people will do exactly what they're told to do, but there are those people that you run across and you be like, man, this person loved their job. They went above, bent over backwards. They went out the way. They didn't even have to do this. And these type of people sometimes need to be rewarded. And the military would even give those rewards or an award by a medal if you did such actions during your stint of that job, whether it was for 3 or 4 years. But the problem of it when it came was that didn't give you any extra money in your pocket. It was just a medal. Now, that medal, I got a shadow box in my house right now. And my wife pleaded me to don't throw that away. It is your whole career, because I threw so much of my stuff away from my military career that means nothing to me. Now, I'm not saying that I'm hating, mad because of my career. No. I'm thankful. I'm thankful I made it out alive. A lot of my brothers and sisters didn't make it out alive serving in the military. I'm thankful that though I might have my disabilities, I have at least my life here to share my kids to see me even grow that much older. There are those who lost their life in action, those who lost their life while serving in the military, those who lost their life while they were just at home. But when it came time to get promoted, the power was somewhat in your hands, but majority of it was in somebody else's hand by the whip of a pen. And they could hold you back from advancing if they so choose. This was the most important reward. But many people, to include us people of color, found that we had the hardest time advancing in promotions. Now, I'm not going to say everybody. Now, I advanced pretty quickly till I got to a standstill where one disrupted my advancement. Many of y'all had heard my story on that. I won't go into it. But the energy and the time that I gave, the energy and time that I volunteered for, did not reciprocate back to me and what I believe what was rightfully mine that should have been given as the respect. Now, there are benefits that I am receiving based upon what I earn. And I'm going to say that again, based upon what I earned. My wife said to me last night when she was saying that she thought, it was a bit disrespectful when I say, damn Erica, when I kindly shared with her, how could I give respect when you even know? And I broke down all these things that damn Erica has done, and she got quiet and she had no response because it was true. But when you see that here in the country, that the respect that is not reciprocated, and like I shared with my wife that, she's saying that, well, you're getting benefits from this country. And I said to her, I'm getting benefits? I'm getting benefits? No. Hold up. I earned those benefits. That is a difference. I'm not one out here who gets food stamps. I'm not out here one who is getting something handed to them, something free. I've earned everything that I get to this day. Nothing was ever given to me on a silver platter. Nothing was ever given to me. I earned everything in my life. But there are people who want you to believe that they are helping you when they are actually sucking the life out of you. We have to wake up and realize that we have to do a constant assessment to find out who is holding us back. If I would have listened to my mom, there are things I would have never achieved in my life. Now, she didn't say things out of ignorance, but if I would have listened to her, because she has a lot of fear, not to disrespect my mom, I love my mom, but she's old school. They think and believe in different ways than what life is really about. And if you come out of what they are used to, they call you crazy. Now, she's watched my life and she's proud of what I've done and achieved, but I don't throw up in her face and say, well, Mom, you remember when I was going on this business venture, when I was going to go travel over here, or if I was going to go do this, you objected to it. You see, there are people who wants to sit and keep you back. Sometimes it's not intentional. Sometimes it's merely out of ignorance. And then they spread that fear. They spread that doubt. They spread all that in you to keep you from achieving. See, we need to keep bloodsuckers out of our lives. They only look for hosts to only benefit themselves. They are only wanting those to just help them. There are countries that do it. There are corporations that do it, institutions that do it. I was talking to a man yesterday, a couple of days ago, and he was sharing with me that he had just found him a job. I think he's about 50 years old and lost his job last year during COVID. Now, he reflected back in 2009, he also went through the same thing, lost his job when the economy went down. And so He said at both times it took him 9 months to find a job. Now he shared this story and he didn't really go into it, and I didn't really want to ask the true questions. But I did ask him one question. And I asked him, I said, what did you learn from it? What are you going to do about it? Have you thought about entrepreneurship? Those were 3 questions. But in that asking the question is what encapsulated the question I asked him. Basically, people will tell you the story like he did. A black man, close to 50 years old, lost 2 jobs, took him 9 months. But what interests me, family, is he didn't share the fears he went through, how he felt. Was his house up for sale? Was the mortgage bank banging on his door for repossession? How did his wife feel? What fears? See, we can hear these stories, but people never be open with us about what went on. So when I shared about him was like, when are you going to become your own boss? Because you're working for entities who suck the life out of you, who takes your profession that you're in, your talents, your gifts that you give them, and you wake up and they say, bye-bye, thank you. He had no answer. So when I laid out to him possibilities, he said, thanks for the advice. I appreciate that. He was appreciative of it. And I wonder, will he position himself to become his own man so that the institutions, these corporations who uses us for our talents and our gifts to promote their business and companies that they make billions off of, that they're always watching the bottom dollar, that they have billions of dollars in assets, but if they watch it start to creep down and lose, they start to lose the profits, they start to get rid of the staff. Because they know that there is a amount of assets, liquid assets, money that they want to have set in places so that the company looks good. Not that, hey, we got $350 million of assets, liquid assets in our banks or in our in a system that we don't have to get rid of people. Let's drop this down to save people's jobs. We can let that drop to 200 million, 100 million. Why do we need to sit on all of this money? The reason why corporations and businesses do it, because on paper, it looks so well that they can sell it or merge with another. Because nobody wants to be buying a business that don't look good on paper. But there are some businesses and companies and corporations and institutions that don't care nothing about its employees. There are some people who don't appreciate their spouses. There are some people who don't appreciate their moms and dads or their kids. The only thing they want to do is think about themselves. They want to just get out of you what they can. They don't think about the hardships that they put you through. They don't look at how you kept them up. They don't look at how you built them up. They don't care about how you supported them when you were going through your hard times. They don't care about none of that but themselves. But when it comes time for when they see that on paper it don't look good, then the man wants to go divorce his wife and find another woman. Or the wife wants to divorce her husband and go find another man. Or the children wants to disown their parents because they made them stand on their own 2 feet and said, find your way and build yourself. Or the parents wants to be in the kids' pocket and get mad at the kids because they won't give them money and won't help support them. Or the companies rather fire you and get rid of you because, you know what, times are hard right now, and you know what? We want our bottom dollar to look good, and we'll just send you on your way. You see, leeches, parasites, scavengers, they are up to no good. Do you know why it is written in the ancient writings, in the text, in the scriptures, that there are certain foods that you should never eat? Do you know why in the ancient writings it talks about the various animals that have claw feet, hooved, certain type of hoofs, animals that don't have scales, these type of animals that you should not eat? It tells you specifically what foods to eat. Do you know why? See, nobody talks about this. These foods are scavengers. These foods are parasites. These foods eat dead matter. These foods, they cleanse. They are cleansers. These foods, like your catfish, those fish that has no scales that we're told not to eat. These are bottom feeders. They eat waste. They eat dead foods. These parasites that we eat that the other worlds tell us are delicacies, we turn around and eat them. How can you eat an animal that will turn around and eat dead matter for its own survival? Why would you eat the oysters and the shrimps and the mussels and the clams and the crabs too? I'm the first one to tell you, I used to love me some crabs. But these right here are scavengers. Their bodies actually are detrimental and toxic to us. But they have the proper place for what they are here to do. It's help keep the beautiful earth clean. But we were instructed to stay away from them. Just like the scavengers that are out here. Stay away from these who dress themselves up in wolf's clothing that act like that they, in sheep's clothing, who act like that they are innocent, but they're there to kill, steal, and destroy. It's time for us to move forward spiritually, mentally, and physically. Remove the bloodsuckers out of your life, for they want you to carry their weight and yours. They want you to go to work, get your check, and support you, and as well as them. They want to utilize and pimp your talents and your gifts and make most of money and then pay you the pennies. This is your man, not your boy. Go black to Africa. Peace, family. Have a beautiful day.